I am extremely happy to welcome the viewers of my YouTube channel for another video, Success to Gate Control Systems Module 23. So far, I have presented 22 videos in this Success to Gate series. Similarly, I have presented 23 videos in Control Systems lecture series. I am extremely thankful to the viewers, subscribers for more views and subscriptions. I need your continuous support and feedback for doing this particular assignment in a much better way. I am sure that you will render the support and give me the feedback. So I thank you very much for your support that you have rendered so far. In this particular video, I have considered questions pertaining to PID and process control from various GATE examination question papers which have appeared in the last 5 years, that is from 2016 to 2020. Let me move to the question straight away. Question number 1, it is taken from GATE 2019 Instrumentation Engineering, question number 32. In the control system shown in the figure below, a reference signal R of t equal to t square is applied at time t equal to 0. The control system employs a PID controller C of s equal to Kp plus Ka plus s plus Kds, and the plant has the transfer function P of s is equal to 3 by s. If Kp equal to 10, Ka equal to 1 and Kd equal to 2, the steady state value of E is. See, actually they have given P of s, that is 3 by s, which is an integrator, and of course with the gain 3 because 3 by s. Then PID controller, the transfer function of which is given. The input R of t equal to t square, that means it is a ramp input. It is not a unit ramp input, but it is a ramp input. Unit ramp input means it will be t square by 2. The question is steady state value of E. That means what is asked is steady state error. So this particular question is nothing but calculation of steady state error, that's all. So the problem of solving the question gets simplified into solving a steady state error problem, that's all. What is steady state error? Limit Sn into 0, S times E of s in S domain. So limit Sn into S into R of s by 1 plus G of s H of s. H of s is 1 because it is a unity feedback system. And we have seen how to get all these expressions already, even in our gate series we have done. So R of s is t square by 2, so factorial 2 by s cube, so 2 by s cube. G of s is this PID controller multiplied by this. That means this Kp plus Ka by s plus Kds in cascade with this 3 by s. So that is what I have done. So C of s is this. This is 3 by s. So C of s is controller transfer function. P of s is plant transfer function, that's all. So you multiply this. So simplify, take LCM, then we will get 2 by 3 Ki as s tends to 0. Right? So as s tends to 0, we will get 2 by 3 Ki because this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So 2 by 3 Ki. So Ki is 1, therefore 2 by 3. 2 by 3 fits into option B. Option B is correct, that's all. Next question. It is taken from GATE 2018 Chemical Engineering, question number 18. A first order process having a transfer function Gp equal to 2 by 7s plus 1 is controlled by a proportional controller with a gain of 3.2. The process time constant is in minutes. Addition of the integral controller with an integral time constant of 5 minutes leads to increase in, so we have to choose one among the best options. So your plant transfer function is 2 by 7s plus 1. So it is controlled by a proportional controller. Proportional means Kp into 1 plus 1 by STA, right? So proportional plus integral controller. So Kp means only proportional. Integral means it is Ki by S, that is Kp by TAS. Now this Kp is given to be 3.2. TA is given to be 5, substituted. So Gp of S is this. If you simplify this, so S square, that means order of the system G of S is increased from 1 to 2. Therefore, in closed loop, that is G of S by 1 plus G of S H of S, there also it will be increased from 1 to 2. Previously, it was only 2 by 7s plus 1 plant transfer function. Therefore, Gp of S by 1 plus Gp of S will be first order. Now, G of S by 1 plus G of S is second order. So, order of the system is increased from 1 to 2. That means increase in order of the closed loop system. So, one may wonder why we should not choose the other options. Offset means error. Integral control action will not increase in error. Actually, it will reduce the error. P plus I will reduce the error because the type of the system is increased. Whenever the type of the system is increased, error will decrease. So offset will decrease. So this is not the correct option. Speed of the response. Actually, when we put PI controller, order of the system is increased. Therefore, it affects the stability we have already seen in our regular control system lecture series. Therefore, speed of the response cannot be increased. And it will not increase in proportional band because proportional band is decided by this 3.2 only. There we are not touching. We are touching only in the integral control action. Therefore, order of the system increase is the correct option. No other options fits into this. Next question. It is taken from GATE 2016 Chemical Engineering, question number 52. A PI controller with integral time of 0.1 minute is to be designed to control a process with a transfer function. Gp of S is equal to 10 by S square plus 2S plus 100. Assume the transfer functions of the measuring element and the final control element are both unity. Gm equal to 1, Gf equal to 1. So Gm means some measuring element, some measurement. So GFS of S means GF of S means final control element. That means in the forward path, Gp of S, Gm of S, Gf of S, then some controller, all are connected in cascade. That is the meaning. So here Gm, Gf are the just unity. Therefore, what is asked is, what is the gain of the controller that will constitute the critical condition for stability of a PI feedback control system? That is what they are asking. So very simple question. So first you find the characteristic equation. Whenever we are concerned about the stability means characteristic equation. That's all. Route array, very simple. So 1 plus G of S. G of S is nothing but Gp of S, Gm of S, Gf of S and Gc of S, all are connected in cascade. 1 plus Gp of S is 10 by S square plus 2S plus 100. And this is your PI controller. That's all. Kp plus Kp by STA in the last question only we have seen. Yeah, the same thing we have taken. That's all. So 1 plus 10 by S square plus 2S plus 100. Anyway, Gm and Gf they are 1. So that is 1 here. So Kp plus Kp by 0.1 yes, because Ta is given to be 0.1. That's all. So you take LCM and simplify. This is the characteristic equation. That means we have to formulate the route array. This is the first element. This is the second element in the first row. Remaining elements in the second row. Then next row how to formulate this into this minus this into this divided by this. This we have done in route array based problem series. So 200 plus 20 kp minus 100 kp. That's all. Then this into this minus 2 into 0 divided by this is 100 kp. So last element in the route array will be the constant coefficient in the route characteristic equation. So for system to be stable, all the first column elements are to be positive. Therefore, this should be greater than 0. This should be greater than 0. If this has to be greater than 0, 80 kp should be less than 200. 80 kp less than 200 means kp should be less than 2.5. So kp greater than 0, less than 2.5 means all these elements will be positive. Therefore, what will be the gain of the controller that will constitute the critical condition? So critical condition means kp equal to 2.5. So if kp equal to 2.5, this will be row of zeros. Therefore, here you will get auxiliary polynomial. Therefore, we will get imaginary roots. Imaginary roots means sustained oscillations, frequency of sustained oscillations, that's all. So finally, a problem on PI controller boils down to problem on router A. See how simple it is. Next question. GATE 2017 Instrumentation Engineering question number 13. The term hysteresis is associated with which of these controls? See, we have seen this hysteresis even in our electrical machines, electromagnetic relays. That means wherever this concept of electromagnetics comes into picture, we have seen this hysteresis. Because all the magnets will have this property of hysteresis. That means the pH curve, if you see, it is not linear, it is non-linear. Further, the loop, that loop is called hysteresis loop. So it takes the past value. So output of a system depends not only on its input but also on the history of past inputs. That is what I said. Past inputs, it also behaves in a way corresponding to the history, not only on the present input. For example, if you take a domestic heating system, how a domestic heating system works? Domestic heating system works on controlling the temperature as per the desire. If the temperature is more and we have to control it within a particular temperature, means it will act as a cooling system. Therefore, cooler has to be turned on and the temperature has to be reduced. Similarly, if the temperature desired is more than the what is inside means, for example, in the winter season the temperature is 5 degree, we need 15 degree, means it has to work as a heater. Therefore it will work on the previous temperature, what is the present temperature as well as what is the previous state. So it will not simply check the desired output. For example, 15 degrees centigrade is the desired output, means it is not only based on the 15 degrees centigrade. Okay, 15 degrees centigrade, now I am getting 20. I don't want to get 20. I have to further reduce. Therefore, output at any time depends on the input as well as the past output. That is why we say it is continuously checking feedback. So it is an on-off control because heater has to be switched on off. Similarly, that compressor, whatever it is there, that compressing action should change. Therefore, continuous on-off control will take place. Therefore, hysteresis is associated with on-off control. So option A is the correct option. The last question, it is taken from 2019 Instrumentation Engineering question number 7. In a cascade control system, the closed loop transfer function of the inner loop is assumed to have a single time constant, maybe assumed to have a single time constant tau 1. Similarly, the closed loop transfer function of the outer loop may be assumed to have a single time constant tau 2. The desired relationship between tau 1 and tau 2 in a well-designed control system is. So, if we want to answer this particular question, first of all, a cascade control system we have to draw. This is a cascade control system. If you see the cascade control system, this is a process and this is a controller. And this is the unity feedback. This is the input and this is the output. And in this stage, we have another controller, but this controller is present in the inner feedback loop. Therefore, in a closed loop, for continuous control action to take place, this controller has to act faster than this, because this controller only gives a control action to the process, and that process, the output variable is compared with the set point variable, and we get the error, and we have a controller that is again fed as the reference signal to this. Therefore, this has to act faster than this. Then only all the instantaneous outputs, feedback, comparison, control action by the first controller, all that will take place within this control. Therefore, this is going to decide how fast the control action takes place. Only if the inner feedback loop is acting fast, this will act fast. Therefore, this loop is assumed to act faster than this. Therefore, this time constant should be, that is inner feedback time constant should be more than the outer feedback. Inner feedback time constant should be less than the outer feedback time constant, or inner feedback has to loop has to act faster than the outer loop. That means tau 1, that is this time constant, should be much less than this time constant. Therefore, tau 1 is much less than tau 2. Option A is correct. That's all. So for more clarity on this, I have presented the title of the video, which I have already made in the URL of the video. So as I have already said, please post your queries, comments, feedback to this mail ID and WhatsApp to this number for all comments, queries and feedback. So I am sure you would have enjoyed watching this video. I will meet you in the another video shortly. So till then, goodbye and thank you.